I'm not okay. Like, literally my heart is like pounding. So maybe let's change things a bit. Maybe let's figure it out. Because no, he's just dumb and dangerous. There are so many people like that in the real world. I really don't want to read about another one. I don't. Yeah, I'm having a feeling that Fonda will be a auto-buy author. Because if you can make me cry as hard as you did for a character, like, this man does not exist, and I bawled my eyes out. Hey y'all, it's Clea Monique. My first name's Clea, my middle name's Monique. It's Clea Monique. Today I have a very exciting vlog for you all. Like, I am very excited to get to it because for this vlog I will be reading Jade City by Fonda Lee. Now, I have already kind of started, if you guys can see my tabs. I have yet to I'm marking the book with my love. If you saw me opening up the Jade Bone Saga's Elimicrate editions, you would know the second I saw this bookmark, I was like, who is you, sir? You are quite handsome. There's just something about that, like, nerdy, chiseled look that speaks to my soul. And so, yeah, I have him as the bookmark for this read. I would probably switch it for the other ones. But yeah, I'm really enjoying my time so far with the books. I will have a more in-depth analysis as I continue on. Let me go ahead and put that away. I also will be having a non-spoiler section of the vlog. It is very hard for me to read an entire book and then not spoil it, as we have been shown with my Ace of Spades book talk, as well as my Poppy War Fantastical Journeys with the Author. It's hard for me to not spoil things after I've already read them, and so I will have a non-spoiler section at the end of this. I think this is the first reading vlog I have ever done that has centered around a single book, so we're testing this out. We're experimenting a lot right now. Let's get into it though. I'm very excited for this series. I have such high hopes. Let's go ahead and get into Jade City. Hello friends, I have reached the 100-page mark of Jade City. Excuse me, Moira and David. I now know, I'm pretty sure I know who everyone on the bookmarks officially are, which brings us to the saddest point of this. My love at first sight is Andon. Okay, also I do want to say that if I'm pronouncing these characters' names wrong, I'm sorry. Correct me now before I film the Jade War vlog, okay? Correct me now or forever hold your peace. But this is Andon. He is 18, which means he is a baby. Also, he's gay. So, just like always, falling in love at first sight is not smart Wait until you at least know someone's name. This is Andon. He is the youngest, and he is the sibling's cousin. He's 18. This one here is Lon. He has my heart for a whole nother reason. I will get into the characters and my initial thoughts on each character in a second. I'm missing a bookmark. Okay, because I'm missing Baby Daddy's bookmark. Oopsies. This here is... What is her name? Shay. Shay. This here is Shay. She is the sister, this is Shay. She is the youngest actual sibling. Andon was adopted in after his mother's passing, and then we were here at Baby Daddy. So unfortunately, Andon is a literal child, so my attraction for him immediately left. I mean, also he's gay, so he's not checking for me anyways. But yeah, he's an infant, and so I've moved on. And I moved on so quickly because from the second this character was introduced, I fell in love. And that is Hilo. Hi, baby. Like, wow. His character and the characterization of Hilo, he hops off the page. I love him so much. And then this, I believe, is when, also known as Hilo's, like, love. But, you know, sis, I hope you're willing to share, because Hilo. Also, I wish the way he talks about when can we just. So yeah, first and foremost, the characterization and character development, they haven't developed yet, we're at the beginning of the book. But the characterization in this book, fantastic. Just perfection. Literally, they jump off the page. I feel like I have such a deep understanding of them, of the siblings and their bond. Also, I keep looking for Andon's bookmark as though it's not marking the page in my book. But I'll put this right here. He's just, they are just so beautiful. I love it so much. Also their dynamics with the grandfather and how he is so, like, old generation versus the new generation, and how, again, y'all know I love familial discussions and books that bring up family dynamics. Having the grandfather as this older generation, most of their dad died at such a young age, so Shay doesn't even have a recollection of their father. And here Lon is in the exact same place under the shadow of these, like, two great men. And the pressures he's under, how it's impacting his health, like, and the fact that it's, like, a generational thing. You can see right off the bat how these generational traumas and generational curses kind of are traveling straight through each generation, from the grandfather all the way through Do, who has passed now. He died early, probably from being put under the same pressures as Lon currently is in, and oh my god. And literally, and so now Lon is feeling unhealthy, and he's feeling ill, and yet he doesn't have time to get it treated or to have it even looked at, because then he'll be seen as weak by the rest of the members of the clan. And, like, how he as a pillar just has so much pressure placed on him, especially with him being so young. Wow, it jumps off of this page. I have felt so many things. Like, I really do feel for these characters. Oh my gosh. And Hilo, like, why is he as great as he is? I love him so much. It made me laugh so much because, right here, Lon is making fun of Hilo, and he's like, no one can say Cole Hilo was not dedicated to his job, particularly when it involved food, drink, pretty girls, and loud music, bars and gambling dens, the occasional incident of explosive violence. I was like, literally, I read that and I was like, is that supposed to deter me from Hilo? Because Nah, bro, go live it up, Hilo. Live your life. You're over here. You're the horn of your clan. You already have pressures of your own. Your job is to be the muscle, to be the one that is willing to be like explosive and being the one that's willing to go to war for your clan. Party it up, bro. You have enough pressures in life. Have fun while you're dealing with them. And that seems to be his motto in life, and I love it. The way Hilo talks about Win, the way Hilo talks about Win just warms my heart. When he was like, "You're my world," I was like, oh my gosh. And every fiber of his being is just like, I love her. I love her. And I'm like, I love you. I love you. Great job. So when I saw Andon, I was like, oh my god, I love my nerdy boy, right? You guys saw me react to that in the Limit Crate unboxing. Now, after actually meeting him, I'm like, I still love you. I really do. I want to protect you. I want to hold you because his story is, they literally all have sad backgrounds. Like, they all are sad. But Andon's is just so heart-wrenching. The way he has lost his mother, I'm just like, somebody hug this baby. I'll do it. I will cradle you and give you the hug I just stabbed myself in the throat and give you the hug you need, baby. You poor thing. But yeah, that is basically what I wanted to say for these first 100 pages. The characterization is so strong. I love it so much. I think that these first 100 pages have done such a great job of making you feel for the characters and love them. I feel as though I have a very good understanding of these familial dynamics and how things are run within this family, how they communicate with each other, and a glimpse as to why they just feel like such real siblings, and I love it. Like, the characters are genuinely jumping out of the pages. I'm like, oh my god, I know a Hilo, or I know Alon, I know a Shay, and it's just so good. But when they kidnapped Andon, I was ready to beat somebody's ass. I get it. This is why I love Hilo, because he gets me, and I get him. He's like a firecracker, ready to pop off whenever you need him. That he is so loyal. That is another thing. These siblings are so loyal to each other. For like, Lon is so loyal to his siblings, and Hilo is so protective of his siblings. Like, it might just seem like he's like this flighty, ready to fight all the time person, but when you look deep down into it, or not even deep down into it, literally it's glaring off the page that at the end and beginning of all of this is his need to protect his family. He is ready to pop off. He is ready to fight anybody that gets in the way of his siblings' happiness. And you gotta stand a king, okay? Granted, when he was ready to fight somebody for Shay, one would argue that maybe he was more focused on what he wanted for Shay than what Shay wanted for herself. But they have plenty of time to make up for that. Anyways, I will update you guys again after 100 pages. I just wanted to hop on for these first 100 pages and tell you guys how much I'm loving the characterization. I love how the characters are literally jumping off of the page with their personalities, with how real they feel. I can't wait to see how they're interacting in this world, because I do see the beginnings of a war brewing. the mountain. Them some bold was right there. Okay, so hello, update time. Please ignore my appearance. It's like morning, like well into the morning. Oh, it's almost 2 a.m. That's not that bad. But I have just finished the next 100 pages. So I'm now at 200 pages into Jade City, and so much has happened in 100 pages. Where do I even begin? First of all my faves. All my faves. They were trying all of my faves. And these 100 pages, I've gone through a lot. Okay, so first off, the pressure Lon is under. Lon is having a very hard time being the oldest, and that is understandable because being the oldest is not easy, especially if you are the pillar of an entire clan. You are the head of everything. There's a lot of pressure on this guy, and like, I just feel so bad because he's in the shadow of his father and his grandfather, but he will never be them. His grandfather and his father are both really great warriors, and I wish Lon would just realize, like, you can be strong without that being your strongest trait. Like, Lon is very smart, and he has this desire and this honestly quite natural ability or quite natural need to create peace. Like, he wanted to have peace with between the mountain clan at first. He just cares so much about Aisho, and he cares so much about the old ways. Like, he wants to stay firm in the old ways and protect Asia, protect the community, and make sure that they're continuing to harbor peace between the two clans, or all the gangs really, but there's those two top clans. And it comes naturally for him to want to find peace. It comes naturally to him to want to take the logical way of things. And I think he's very logically minded, if that makes sense. Like, his brain is very logical. He tends to be quite objective in his opinions and what he ends up deciding. But he's so determined to be his dad that it's clouding his judgment. And we're seeing how this is starting to come into fruition as things get more on the war side, and we are starting to prepare to fight the Mountain Clan. And now he's having to fight, and fighting is not his thing, and it's harming him. Like, I wish he, unfortunately, the impact of their father dying so early, is that their children are just trying to scramble to figure out how to exist in a world without their father. Lon is trying to figure out how to be their father. Hilo, oh my god, Hilo. First of all, I love him. I love him so much, it hurts. Like, the way, like, I get it. I know a lot of people really love Hilo, and there is a reason for that. He has, quite frankly, the strongest characterization in this entire book, and I really enjoy his character development because, yes, the more we find out about Hilo, the more his character is developed. Out of all the characters, he is the most multidimensional. I would say we see so many different aspects of the clan when we're introduced to Hilo, but what makes me the most frustrated related to Hilo is how his family treats him. Like, at first, it's like a joke, kind of, and that's the thing. They view him as a joke, and it's annoying the hell out of me because Hilo is the one that said from day one the Mountain Clan did something prior to kidnapping my baby. Prior to kidnapping Andon, the Mountain Clan did something, and Hilo was like, they're planning some shit. We're gonna have to deal with some things. And no one wanted to listen to him. Everybody was like, let's just be peaceful. Let's just do our thing. And Hilo was like, no, no, no. We need to prepare for war because they are preparing for war. What happens? What happens? They kidnapped Andon. they put a hit on my man. They put a hit out on Hilo. And then forced Lon to fight. Like, Hilo called all of this stuff, and still you guys are like reducing him to being nothing more than like a hothead or just the horn, and saying that he's not strategic or whatever. And I'm like, are we seeing the same man? Because at the root of Hilo's personality is his need and desire to protect his family, to protect his clan, to protect his community. Like, he's such a protective personality. And he also wants to protect the old ways. I would say Lon is erring more on the side of like logistics and being more logical, thinking about strategy, thinking about how to actually lead people into a sustainable lifestyle of not having to be at war all the time. But Hilo also is centered and foundationally minded in the old ways of we are warriors, we must go to war, we must be logical in the sense of war strategy and protecting our community, protecting our own through our brute strength. And that's a great thing. That is also very valuable to the clan. Just as valuable, one would say, as Lon being as strategic as he is in the way that he is strategic. I don't understand why literally everyone is mad at Hilo for being what they want him to be. He is a horn. What is he supposed to do? They're literally like, all he, like, I told you, I think in my last update, I had mentioned how I thought it was funny when Lon was trying to, like, say, when Lon made that comment about, like, if no one can say that Hilo's not dedicated to his job as long as it includes partying and being at bars and stuff. And it's like, because his job is to be in the grit of the city. His job is to be looking out over these like uglier parts of the city to protect them and to make sure that the other lower gangs aren't rising up too much. Like, he needs to be in these areas. And now you're throwing that in his face. His grandfather talking about his mother probably cheated on his father with some, I don't know, he said something really messed up. I forget how he referred to his mother's mistress, which this woman did not cheat on this woman did not cheat on this man, but whatever. And then also saying that Hilo deserved to have a hit out on him because if there was a hit out on him, it just had to be Hilo's fault. Like, how can you, like, Hilo's a horn. I don't understand. Like, you guys, like, Hilo is exactly what they need him to be. He's brutal. He's protective. He's protecting the clan and the community. He's willing to use his brute force. He's willing to fight. He's willing to kill for the community and for the clan, which they are not willing to do. Doru's stupid old ass, crusty ass, is not willing to die for the community. He's over here like, let's have peace so that I can continue to hide Jade and extort it for money, because I'm pretty sure he's involved in that shit. And fucking Lon, apparently he hasn't dueled anybody in fucking years. The granddad is old and decrepit, ancient as hell. Like I said, the dad's dead. Shay done left the clan hella long ago. Like, literally, see, I messed up now. Literally, Hilo. Oh, Andon's a freaking baby. Literally, Hilo is the only one that is willing to and able to fight. And they continue to fault him for it. They continue to use his willingness to fight as a reason to disrespect him in a way. I was going to say degrade, but it's not necessarily degrading him. The grandfather is trying to degrade him, but not everyone is necessarily trying to degrade him. And it's frustrating because literally Hilo's the only one willing to do this stuff, and you guys do nothing but reduce him down to being like a hothead, as though that's his only personality trait, as though he hasn't done so much for this clan. But okay, yeah, he's just a hothead. Okay, fine. annoying. Literally so annoying. And I swear, Fonda, I swear, if one of these freaking plot lines is going to be the brothers fighting against each other, save it. Literally save it. I don't want no parts of it. I cannot deal. I really cannot. Because Lon is having these moments where he's like, Hilo's a fighter. Everyone thinks he's stronger than me, so I must defend my title as like the pillar, and I should be the pillar because I'm the oldest, but I should also be the pillar because I need to assert that I'm stronger than Hilo. And it's like, sir, that is not your lane. Like Hilo said, you are the pillow, huh? You are the pillar. You do not need to fight. Let Hilo fight. You do your strength. Hilo got his strength. They both have their strengths. They both have their reasons for being a great leader for the role they are leading in. And I feel like right now this like paranoia of like Jade overexposure, I think that Lana's experiencing is really about to taint some situations, really about to get in the way of some things. And all I know is Hilo better be safe. Hilo better be okay. Cause I'm honestly ready to pull up. I'm ready to fight. When I heard that Hilo's name had been whispered or whatever, I was like, I will literally cut a bitch. I will literally fight somebody where I need to be. Put me in, coach. I got this. Oh my god, and they're so mean to Win. We haven't even really seen her in these in this 100 pages, but oh, that was annoying. Also, like I said, Doru can literally choke. I want him to die. He's disgusting. Literally in this 100 pages, I realized how much I really love Hilo. Can you tell I have a favorite? Also, on the fact that Hilo is so multidimensional, I love his place as the Horn because with with Shay, she's completely out of the clan. We see nothing from the clan from her. She's on her own little mission that Lon put her on, and like, cool sis, appreciate you. But then with Lon, he's on the more like political side of things, talking to like chancellors and like actual politicians within the community and like strategizing for how to run the gang and be a leader in the gang. But honestly, Hilo is the one that is in direct contact with the gang members, and it's nice and it's kind of cool to see like this person and this person are on and off again relationship, and I'm dating Wayne, and Wayne is related to this person, and it's like I feel like we get the more holistic perspective of the gang when we're in Hilo's perspective, and I'm really enjoying those parts. I think that they're very valuable, and I want more of them. Like I'm all like, I know the point of the book is not for us to be here for clan drama, and yet I am here for clan drama. So who's dating who? I want to know. Um, Yeah, I really love that about Hilo. So once again, y'all talking about Hilo is like less than us because he's hot headed or whatever. Hilo is the only one directly in contact with most of the gang members, has all these fists or whatever underneath him. He's honestly, it feels like he's doing all the hard work. Like he's doing the ugly part of the job, and I feel like they should be more respectful to him because of it. Like he's willing to do the ugly stuff, and y'all are sitting on your butts talking to rich people. Okay, I think my final point that I would just like to mention, the Ubeki, is that how it's Ubeki people? So they're like the indigenous people to the land, right? And I really hope they're touched on more because maybe in like the next books or whatever, because they're the only ones outside of the green bone that can handle Jade. And it turns out that they're essentially like the indigenous people to this land, and yet they are like disregarded, treated as like second class citizens. And it's really interesting that this commentary is entered into the book because honestly, it's just like real life. It tends to be like the indigenous people of whatever land are the ones that are disrespected and abused the most, unfortunately. And I just wonder, like, what within human nature is so determined to conquer and assert their dominance over another population. It was just an interesting thing that was like an extra step in this book that I would like to be touched on or delved upon further, because all I know is like now every time Becky, or however you say that name, character is like mentioned, I'm like, can we get a name for them? Can we get something? Because yes, you have mentioned that they're like second class citizens, but they're also the native people to this land long before the tour, or is that what they're called, or whatever, people came to this land and like conquered Jade. And like, make it make sense, because it doesn't. It really sounds like colonization, honestly. Like, it doesn't look cute. It's not cute. So I hope this isn't just something that's like mentioned and then disregarded. Like, where did that come from, sis? I'm confused. I appreciate it, but like, maybe I don't appreciate it. If we're not going to delve further into it, then I don't appreciate it, because it was just like oh, okay. Another way in which, another example of indigenous people being abused and disrespected on their native land, randomly used as another plot device in a book. Like, huh? Make it make sense, sis. Because I just, again, every time we meet a Becky character, I'm like, can I get a name? Why? I know nothing about this person except that they're like, oh, Becky boy, or no Becky woman. Like, what? Or no Becky old man. Like, can can we can I get a name of one of them? Can one of them be a like main character now? Like, one of them needs to be more essential to the plot now. That was just very, very odd. But I'm gonna get to reading again. Um, we're making our way across, guys. Hi, hello, what's up? I'm not okay. Like, literally, my heart is like pounding. I'm about to cry because I'm like trying to read through it. I'm trying to read through it because I don't want to believe that it really just happened. But Hilo has me crying even more because he's like freaking the fuck out. And I'm angry. Oh god. Okay, so like this is so fucking stupid. My hair is in like my, oh god. Okay, so Lon is gone, and I really don't want to cry on camera, but literally this is me panicking. Like, I have hit full distress. I'm like mad that I took an energy drink because my heart is freaking the fuck out right now. Lon is gone, and I'm not okay. Oh, even knowing that this, like, oh my god. I literally commented when it said like the water was going over his head. I was like, oh god, this was the only way his story was gonna end. And I was like, I hope it's not like the true ending though. Like, I hope this isn't like the true ending of his story. And then Hilo called Shay. I'm not okay. A book shouldn't make you feel this way. Oh my god. Yeah, Hilo. Oh, and I'm angry at Shay because, like, what the fuck, bitch? Now you want your Jade. Like, Andon tried to tell you to check on your brother. And you were like, nope, can't be a part of that. Now you want your Jade, he's gone. What the fuck, Kalia? These aren't real people. These are not real people. Wow, Fonda, this hurts. This one hurts. I don't think I've cried this hard over a book in a very, very long time. Like, ever. I don't think I've cried this hard ever. This one hurts. Oh, God. I'm just gonna cry. I'm just gonna cry. I'll come back. When I'm able to, like, have a coherent sentence or something, I'm just gonna continue to suffer, though. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. And I really hate how, like, I'm ugly crying, too. Like, I look so gross. But it hurts so bad. God, I fucking hate this family. Except for Hilo and Andon. But everybody else can catch the... Oh my god. Where's the bookmark? It's a fucking book. Why am I crying this hard? You would swear I knew these people. You would swear I, like, knew these people. And, like, they were real. What the fuck? There's more books? What the fuck is gonna happen in Jade War and Jade Legacy? Like, what? I don't want to keep going. This hurts too much. And this is the first fucking book. Like, what the hell? Oh no. Oh. I pulled out my hair somehow. Oh god. Oh god. And I, like, ran to the Citadel for comfort. And they were like, I got nothing for you, sis. This sucks. Why do I feel so much? Like, genuinely, I don't know why I'm crying so fucking hard. Like, is it the energy drink? Okay, well. Oh, shit. My mic fell. Okay, well. This is me now. There's no recovering. I have, oh my god. I'm so angry. And, like, just so sad. Oh my god, I'm remembering his final thoughts all over again. no one, like, I'm mad. Okay. Honestly, I don't know how to feel. I feel like no one prepared me for how much this book was going to hurt me. Like, I don't know if I just had rose-colored glasses on, because everyone was talking about how much they loved this book, how it was, like, their favorite adult fantasy, how, like, great the world building was and everything, the magic system and how intricate that was and unique. What? No, no one wanted to tell me that it was gonna hurt this goddamn bad. A main character died barely halfway through the first book in a fucking trilogy. I'm so upset. Like, I'm literally so upset that I'm not even fixing the lighting. Like, you're gonna get what you get. Whatever this clip ends up looking like, it's what it looks like. Be happy I took my scarf off. I ended up putting on a huge headband, but like, okay. I mean, let's get into it, I guess. Ugh. No, I honestly don't even want to. Because all of these right here, this is how I know, like, what I want to talk to you guys about when I update. And, like, I just know they're about to break my heart because literally all of it was me foreseeing what was about to happen. So, let's get into it. I guess we can start with Shay. Shay, for the first 100 pages or first 200 pages, I was just like, honestly, she's the most boring sibling. And I was trying not to hold that against her because, like, she doesn't want to be involved in the clan. And so she's not going to have interesting clan things a part of her story. Cool, fine. I'll, like, whatever. But her story just didn't make sense to me. Like, I could not relate to Shay because if someone came to me, if Andon had came to me, my younger cousin, like a brother, came to me and seemed worried about my older brother because Andon wasn't even sounding like he was worried about the clan and Lon's position in the clan. He sounded like he was worried about Lon. Granted, I have some like I have some like background knowledge on why he's worried about Lon, but genuinely the words he used to me sounded like he was worried about Lon the individual, not Lon the pillar. Not Lon, the clan member, clan leader. Lon, the individual. Lon, our brother. And you, Shay, ignored him. You ignored your younger brother as he tried to express to you the concern he had for our older brother. That's what you did. And then had the nerve to get Jade after the fact. Bitch, fuck off. Seriously, I'm so angry. I'm so angry at Shay because what? All my taps for Shay were just like, I know you're going to end up being the weatherman at some point. I know you're about to be weather woman. Let's get to it. Like, it's going to be a sibling thing. It's going to be the 3 siblings together. It's going to be so cute. Like, it's a whole moment. It's a mood, honestly. And then she just kept being so reluctant, kept being mad, and it never made sense to me because I get it. You don't want to be a part of the clan. Hilo sets up a security guard for you. He, like, sets up protection for you. You get mad at that. Okay, bitch, you don't have Jade. And they're at fucking war. You need somebody watching you. You need somebody to protect you because you don't have Jade. People with Jade move faster. People with Jade don't get hurt as easily. You're at danger. You're at risk. Honestly, somebody can blow up the building you live in simply because you're their sister. So yeah, you get a security guard, bitch, and you don't say anything. Fine, you're mad about the security guard. I'm gonna move on from that. Like I said, the thing that pisses me off the most is that she completely ignored Andon, and that's just like, genuinely as a sibling. I would never do that to my siblings. Granted, I'm the younger one. I'm the youngest one. But I don't think any of my siblings would do the same thing. Like, we're just not like that. Especially, like, if it was Hilo, like, if it was Andon worried about Hilo, maybe I would understand. But it's Lon. The one family member you said understood you. The one family member you said was there for you. The one family member you said wasn't trying to force you to be in the clan. You didn't care about him as a person? Selfish. That's literally the only way to describe her. And it's so frustrating because now, after the fact, after the bad thing has been done, now she wants to be big and bad. Honestly, you left the clan on some bullshit in the first place because you felt insecure and like upset that you were stupid and gave the Espians, whatever, freaking information about y'all's world of societies and other groups. And it's like, you chase this little white boy, because that's what I'm assuming they are. I might be wrong, but I highly doubt it. You chase this little white boy, and he made you look like Boo Boo the Fool. Now you back in the family, but you refuse to actually go to your family because you're ashamed of your actions. Like, I don't get it. Your pride really made it so that you weren't there for your brother in his final days. Out of everyone who might feel fault in this situation, I really need Shay to address it. Because Andon feels very guilty right now because he knew it. But Andon, you tried to speak up for him. You tried to tell Shay. You did. You did what the best you could do, boo. Hilo's feeling stressed out. Hilo was even there for his brother, trying to be the best horn for his brother so that his brother could be a great pillar. Hilo's over here calling his brother like, where the hell are you? He's freaking out, can't find his brother. He was the one that had to view the body and identify the body. I couldn't do it. I really could not. I can't stand Shay. Like, before she was a boring character, now she has me pissed the fuck off because she just seems whiny. She seems like a whiny little brat. I get it. I was with you in your story of like you were pissed being the only girl in the family. You were always coming in second place after Hilo, and it seemed like Hilo wasn't working as hard. I get it. You worked very hard. But the thing is, for the change that she wanted to see happen in the clan to happen, she needed to be a leader in the clan. But she refused to lead. She refused to do anything. But now she wants to be weatherman. Now she's willing to take the thing. Cool. Lon's dead, bitch. And I blame you. I mean, I blame everyone. I mainly blame the grandfather. The grandfather and Shay, I blame. Because I feel like Shay could have talked to them, and it's the pressure the grandfather put Lon under. Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all read this. Can you see it? Is it gonna show? I wrote in chapter 29 at the very end, Barrow is going to cause problems for a character I actually give a fuck about, and that is going to piss me off. Well, here we are. Yes, the fuck he did. Yes, the fuck I am. Pissed off. I done already told you, like, I already said I knew that this is how Lon's story was going to end. The comparisons between him and his dad were just too strong. He made it a year longer than his dad did, but saying, oh my god, one of my earlier tabs also, before we knew that the dad had died at war, I was like, we had just known that the dad had died young, and I was like, I wonder if he died from the same illness that is ailing Lon. And I'm like, yeah, he did. They died from the exact same thing, and that is the pressure of the family, having to be the pillar, having to be the leader. This, like, both of them were under a lot of pressure, and both of them died because of that pressure. Because they had to be the individual person leading everything. They had to be these strong guys. They both were in the shadow of a strong man before him. Dew was in the shadow of his father who created the clan. Lon was in Du's shadow and his grandfather's shadow, and now Hilo is in the shadow of all three men. Following right on his way to following the exact same footsteps. And I swear to God, Fonda, if you take my Hilo from me, like, you saw how I cried for Lon. And, oh my God, I can't. I really can't. The next books, again, we were talking about this on the Citadel. Because someone was like, just you wait when it comes to the pain. And I was like, I mean, well, duh. Because the next books are called Jade War and Jade Legacy. So clearly, sad things are coming. Not to mention, a main character died barely halfway through the book. Yeah, sad things are coming. Alright, hey guys. So, after a long time for me, not a very long time for y'all, I am finally here to close out my Jade City vlog. So let me grab Jade City without hurting my nail. So, this is what happened. I finished this book, what feels like so long ago. Probably like nearing a month, if I'm being completely honest. Because isn't February almost over? So yeah, it's been a minute. The thing is, this book shattered me. Like, when Fonda Lee killed Lon, and I lost all will to do anything. You can even tell in my, like, tabs, it was, like, so specific and so pretty. I don't know if it's focusing on it. But they were, like, so specific and so pretty, and there was just so much happening. And then Lon died, and so did my annotations. Like, I was like, what is life? Like, what is any of this? What is going on right now? It wasn't fun. Not the book. The book was fun. The book was so good. Like, do you know how good of a writer you gotta be to know that you're writing a trilogy, kill off one of your main characters not even halfway through the first damn book, and be like, it's gonna work though? And it does. The confidence. I respect this woman. Okay. What was the last thing I did? I think the last thing I did, if I can remember properly, which I cannot, I'm pretty sure the last thing I did was, like, get mad at Shay. Here's the thing. This whole end of this vlog is gonna be very book talkish. Remember my Ace of Spades book talk? It's gonna be very much same energy. Very much so. So let's get into this, and hopefully at the end of it something coherent comes out, because when I tell you this book destroyed me, it shattered me. After Lon died, I had no will to live. I'm like when I say no will, none, zero. I like to live, to vlog, to read. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to anything. I didn't want to happiness. I didn't want to do it all, any of it at all. And I feel like that was far too dramatic of a reaction to a fictional character. And yet, I can't help how I feel. Because I am still devastated and still shattered. But I do have some notes here, so I'm going to close out. I'm going to talk about my final notes that I'm happy I kept in here, because I have a very good memory of what happened during this book, because it all was just like, wow, it's like I watched a movie. But I don't remember specifically what my final thoughts were, because it was all a fever dream. Lon's death. And how it not only shattered me, but also, his family and the clan he was in charge of. The thing about Lon is, from the very beginning, his fire burned far too bright. Too bright for him, and too bright for Lon existed for his family and for his clan. And I think this way he immortalized his father after his father died really impacted how how Lon saw himself moving forward. He always wanted to chase his father's shadow, which was only heightened by other people talking about how great his father is, and was also heightened by the fact that his grandfather was constantly comparing Lon to his son that he had lost. That's a lot of pressure. First of all, there's no way this man was as great as the grandfather is saying, because chances are when that man was alive, the grandfather was probably hard on him too, because that man is the fucking devil. The grandfather is evil in a old, wrinkled man's form. Like, how can you be that close to your deathbed and still that freaking evil? You're on your way to hell and they're gonna greet you saying, "Welcome home, sir." Like, wow! Just talk about evil! This man is horrible. But then, in the way he, like, hurt everyone's feelings. Like, literally, he was like, even Shay, he's like, "I love you, you're my favorite." And then does countless things that harm her. The grandfather was evil. Man, that man is horrible. And the fact that he did not die at the end of this book is a problem. Kill off more patriarch. That's not the moral of the story at all. But Lon was always chasing this figure that never really exists. This, like, he wanted to be a god. He wanted to be as immortalized as his father. He wanted to be this great man. The way he wanted to... The whole reason he was so adamant about his honor and following the honor of the clan was because of how much his father had highlighted to him and had emphasized to him the importance of following the code. And the code is life. And this is the way you need to live by. I genuinely don't think Lon would have cared as much as he did about the Mountain Clan selling both, like... Okay, he would have cared about them taking the Jade, but I don't think he would care as much about them selling the drug as he did. Like, he cared about it he cared about it more than I feel like is rational. Because the Mountain Clan had a point. I had a point of, like, okay, yes, this drug should not be in the hands of people that cannot yield Jade. Yeah, it's too much, but they're gonna get it anyways. And so why not I profit from it? Which, like, yes, sis, I get it. I see your logic, and it's logicking. It's making a lot of sense there. And I think if Lon didn't care so much about the code and about honor, which he only cares that much about it because he's following his father's footsteps, or he's trying to be, and he's trying to chase this figment of a man that was not as great as was being highlighted by his grandfather who was mourning him. Every man is great when they're dead, but how did you treat them when they were alive? We may never know that part of the father's story, but because Lon is chasing this great man and this great figure who, when Lon was a child, had instilled in him the values of honor and the values of their code, he then took Ats and the Mountain Clan's rejection of the code, essentially, and then breaking the code as a far greater offense than I feel like it really is, because, like I said, Ats' plan makes sense. It's very logical. And I think that's something I really loved about Ait as a villain. The second we got her plan, I was like, okay, sis, but yeah, that makes perfect sense. I think y'all should do. I think you should do it. If only the only reason I didn't like At's plan is because she was like, "I want total control. Yeah, you will be a subject section of the mountains." So I'm like, no, the clan deserves to be on their own. Like, I don't want the clan. I genuinely don't want Lon to die and then the clan die with him. Right now, that is what looks to be happening, and that breaks my heart because it makes me so angry that Hilo's family doesn't respect him in the ways I feel like he should. I'm not gonna lie. I love Hilo so much, and he really surprised me. I wasn't expecting to like him or his character, but in every instance, of Hilo making decisions, or even when it comes to his hot-headedness, he's always thinking about his family. He was mad at Shay for not sticking with the family because it felt like a great betrayal. Rejecting the clan was synonymous to rejecting the family, because the clan and the family were so close together, and it is a generational thing. Shay rejecting the clan when she did felt like a rejection of the family as well. Hilo had these plans in his head of, Lon is going to be the head, I'm going to be in my role, and you're going to be the weatherman. And when Shay rejected that, it was just like, how could you reject us as a family? And that is because every action Hilo does as the Fist, like every bit of as hard-headed as he is, as people like to say, and like hot-headed as he is, it's always him protecting his family, and the clan is also his family. But he has these connections with his best friends and the other clan members to where they feel like family, and because you're over here fighting, like risking your life fighting for one another, it has to feel like family. He has familial bonds within the clan, being his actual blood family, but then also viewing that clan as a whole as his family because of how close their relationship has to be, because of how much they are risking for one another. They have to become a family as a clan. And then, so yeah, you see how it's just like really muddled for Hilo? And yet, every action he made, even when he was the head now and is trying and like scrambling to take Lon's place, Lon is now going to be this great figure because Hilo has always respected his brother and his authority, and has always said that Lon should be the head because he is the most logical one. And Hilo has always just wanted to be a great fist for his brother. Now having to step in the role of his brother, now having to be the head and having to take a whole nother role. Like, this is gonna take a lot of him. He's gonna have to exercise muscles that he has ignored for years to be the head. And you see him struggling and floundering with that because he never wanted to control things. He wanted to protect his family. And I feel like Hilo is Louisa. He just wants to protect his family, and he's worried. And he has just, yeah. Hilo and Louisa are the same. He's worried about his family, and he thinks that his only role in the family is to protect them, to the point where he then harms his family. Like, his and Shay's relationship is strained because of Hilo. Like, wow, Hilo will not let this woman just be. He's like, you will be what I want you to be. And that's an issue. That is a problem. That is a fault he needs to figure out. But also, Shay, I cannot stand. I can't. I really can't. Because you know what? I genuinely tried to be there for Shay. At the very beginning, when she entered the book, like when she finally came back home and we got like that first snippet of like, Shay has left and this is why she left. Girl, I get it. If you are in a family of all men and it's been a boys club this whole time, I can get why you would want to leave that. Completely understandable, and I was rooting for her at the beginning. And then she was a whiny brat for the rest of the thing. Like, literally, she was just like, I won't be involved in the clan. And then would also talk about how Lon was the only family member that wasn't trying to pressure her to be there for the clan and was just trying to be her family, and how Andon also was separate from the clan and just family and was also willing to let her just be family, and then she turned her back on both of them. Or maybe not fully turned her back, but she definitely ignored them. Like, you can't tell me that I'm family to you and then completely ignore what I'm saying. Andon went to her for help. He was going to tell her, like, he was like, you've seen Lon, right? He's being weird, hint, hint. Like, and she would just like cut him off before he could even say anything. I'm not in clan's business. I'm not talking about the clan, bitch. If you would listen to me, you would hear that I'm saying that Landon What? I done mixed up both their names. If you would listen to Andon, you would hear him saying that Lon as a person, his physical stature as a human being, is messed up and he's acting weird. Not because he didn't say any strategies. He wasn't talking about the clan. He said Landon has been acting weird. And she was like, yeah, the clan. Bitch, who the fuck brought up the... Yes, they were talking about the clan, but also, what the fuck, bitch? I just said that our brother is acting weird, and then you belittled, like you lowered him, like you lowered it into a problem for the clan. It's just, I'm not that person. I'm really not. I'm having a very hard time understanding how she could do that. Because I just wouldn't have done that. Like, and I'm completely open to, like, hearing people like that for Shay and, like, explain her to me a bit more, because honestly that is the only thing that really confused me. And because of how detrimental that ended up being, because of the fact that Lon ended up dying and landed, I'm over here mixing their names, and Andon felt so guilty for it, for not saying anything when he tried to say something to Shay and she ignored him. Because of that, I'm so pissed at her. Like, I'm like, she pisses me off. She was just this whiny, spoiled brat at the beginning. And I loved the character arc of, I'm going to be a strong woman. I'm going to show these men in my family that they're wrong about me. I'm going to be here for my family and just separate myself from the clan. I was completely fine with her being separate from the clan. More power to you, sis. I think that it was a great plan for you. But you yourself, Shay herself said Lon was willing to do that for her. He was willing to just see her as a family member. He asked for one favor, she did it, and he didn't ask for a damn thing else. She admitted this. And then when Andon, who she also had admitted, was showing more respect to her not being in the clan, when she said that Andon was doing that, and admitted that Andon was also seeming to be more respectful to her choice not to be a part of the clan, and then ignored Landon reaching out for help. Like, I don't get it. I genuinely don't. So yeah, that just pissed me off. All of a sudden, all of a sudden her stance of staying away from the clan, staying firm, and the clan is a backwards thinking, and it's like a boys club, and they don't create spaces for women to feel welcomed, and especially in leadership roles, which she would be in a leadership role. I completely understood and I respected it until she turned her back on a family member who was being a family member. He wasn't trying to be a family member in the clan with you. He wasn't trying to be a clan member for you. He wasn't trying, like, you see, like, my problem isn't her not wanting to be a part of the clan, because that is such a small thing. Like, if it was Hilo, like, okay, if it was, instead of Lon, it was Hilo. If Andon had came to her and was like, Hilo is being weird because of being weird, that I would understand. Cutting him off from that, I would understand, because then it's like, okay, Hilo only sees me as a clan member, only sees me as my worth within the clan. He keeps pushing me to be a part of the clan. Then I would be like, okay, the only time I interact with Hilo is because of the clan. I'm not a part of the clan. No, that's not happening. But Lon? Andon? The only two people you said actually had your back on this shit. Make it make sense, because I don't get it. And then Lon dies, and now you want to be there. Now you're ready to get your Jade. No, bitch. Fuck the Jade. Give the Jade to somebody else. You said you weren't a part of the clan. Now Lon's dead, and now you want to do it? No, too late, bitch. He's fucking dead. He's dead already. Because you didn't want to listen. Just stupid. One thing I did like about Shay, she was there, like, when Wynn was like, hey sis, I got this plan for us. We're going to go behind Hilo's back, which I definitely see backfiring. But when when they were like, okay, you're going to be this great spy and you're going to do your thing. And Wynn finally got to have a role within the clan in partnership with Shay, I was like, come on, boss bitches. They're about to get things done. And I'm very excited to see how that transpires in Jade 4. Because honestly, I wasn't quite trusting Wynn at first. I was like, Okay, all Hilo is talking about is how great you are, and I don't trust it. I don't trust it because he keeps telling you you love him, and you keep asking him about the strategy of the clan, and that sounds like a problem. Like, they're too in love. Something bad is about to happen in their relationship. Either Win's about to die, and Hilo's gonna get shattered, or maybe Hilo better not die. I can't handle that. You saw how I reacted to Lon. Hilo's all I have. And then, oh, my poor baby. Oh, Lord Jesus. I can't handle this. I really cannot. But when I didn't trust until she finally came to Shay and told her plan. And then when she was like a spy and she went out and she went out to like go on her first mission. The first mission, she also didn't like speak the language very well and was struggling to struggling to talk to them. That made me be like, okay, no, she genuinely just wants to help. And it kind of makes sense because of the story of her existence. Like, her mom cheated on her dad, and so now, and she is, and so she can't, like, she can hold Jade without going crazy. Shout out to good sis. But she can't actually, like, yield Jade. But then her brothers are still within the clan, and she's grown up in the clan, but was always an outsider because of the way she came about and was always shunned for that. And then now she is in a relationship with, well, now the head of the clan. Like, it makes sense. Like, to me, Win never seemed like a weak person. She always seemed very strong and determined. I just always thought like, because of how much Hilo loved her, I thought that determination would end in betrayal. And I'm really hoping it doesn't, because I like Win. I do. Once she did this mission and like how she's trying to do better, like how she's trying to learn the language now and she's trying to do better and like she's trying to be a really good spy. I really respect that. And I hope that I was wrong at the beginning. I hope that she genuinely just loves this man and is willing to and just wants a part in his victory. Like, she just wants to help him live, because she's literally watching everybody she loves have this role within the clan, and then she has nothing. So I'm really hoping that that's it. Like, I'm really hoping that's her only arc as a character, because if she ends up being a bad guy. But yeah, just please Win, please. Shay, still pissed at you. I've already talked about Hilo. Like, like I said, even Hilo has always cared about his family. Like, even when he was describing his death, he was describing all the crap he did to make sure that everybody else would be okay. Like, how he set up Wayne. Like, yeah, like what he did to set up Wayne. How he set up things for his sister. And always thinking about how Andon's gonna react. Like, even in planning his death, he was like, I'm 5 seconds from dying. All he thought about was his family. And I don't feel like his family gives him the same care or courtesy. Like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Hilo is not respected like he should be within his family, and it frustrates me to no end. And Jade War is called Jade War. Hilo was the fist. I'm hoping he can get it together and learn some decorum and start strategizing to where things actually start working out well. The clan is in a transitional phase and is very weak because of that. They're fine now because of Andon, who I am going to talk about in a second. Those last two very big things that happened at the end of the book I will get to in a second. But like, let's not be confused. I don't see Hilo as the head. He never wanted this role, and he's not good at it. But if the head ends up being Shay, I'm gonna end up being pissed. Because, what the fuck? I'm gonna need a huge character arc for Shay in Jade War for me to be okay with her becoming the head. Like, I'd rather it be somebody else. Like, I'd rather it not be a family member in that case, because Shay, like I said, was a spoiled brat. And then all of a sudden she wanted to be this great mastermind. Nah, bitch. Fuck you. Especially because, like, I think a key part of being the head, say what you want about anybody or whatever, Hilo and Lon had a great loyalty to the clan, to the code, to whatever. And I just don't feel like Shay has it. Like, I think Shay is so bitter about her upbringing and how it really was a boys' club that she would try to do, like, I don't know. It doesn't seem good, is what I'm saying. Because there needs to be a whole cultural shift within the clan for Shay to be the head and it be successful. Shay needs to actually respect the clan and, like, I think her childhood, her upbringing, and the trauma she dealt with being the only female is really going to, I think that of everything is going to be the thing that keeps her from being in the clan. I feel like that was the thing that kept her from listening to Andon when he was going to ask for help from Lon. She's still, and I understand, like, I completely understand being jaded still and pissed about the way you were treated as a child and how it was a man's club and how it still is a man's club, basically. I can completely understand it. But until she gets over that, she won't be able to change it and she won't be able to become the head. And so Shay needs to figure herself the fuck out and actually start doing something, like, actually start sacrificing for the clan. Actually start thinking of the clan as family. Actually start, I don't want to say start thinking like them, but at least try to understand them. Like, what is that saying they always say? Like, you gotta learn the rules of the game so that you can start cheating at it. Like, you have to understand your enemy, which they're not even her enemy is the thing. They're your clan. They're your members. They're supposed to be your family. You need to understand them so that you can then change them. Like, how can you, like, even in the inside, even as their weatherman, you seem like an outsider. You seem like a spy. And so I can see her starting to understand that a little bit with her being like, okay, who is the best person at this role? I'm going to make them feel like they're making the decisions in this cases. Like, I can see her understanding it in that way, but until she starts thinking of starts thinking of the clan fundamentally as her family, until she starts to have a bit more skin in the game and actually care more about the clan besides the fact that it is something that has been in her family her whole life, until that stops happening, I don't think she'll be able to change things and actually be able to implement that change culturally within the clan for them to be able to thrive and for her to be able to be the head. So good sis, please, Shay, please redeem yourself. I want her to do better in Jade War. I really do. Because Hilo can't be the head. He doesn't want to be the head. And I need him to not be the head and also be alive. So Fonda, do what you will with that information. Now, finally, Andon, my baby, left the clan after he saved the clan. That was a boss move. Like, I was so surprised by Andon leaving, but I completely understood and respected it. He does not want to be his mother. He does not want to be like the rest of the people in his family. And I am very curious to see how that will continue in Jade War and Jade Legacy. I genuinely think, like, Jade Legacy is where Andon's, like, he's going to do something in Jade War that is going to be very great, and part of the legacy has to do with Landon. I feel like he will be a huge part of that legacy. I cannot imagine this clan. I cannot imagine No Peak running without Landon being a... Here I go again with Landon. Andon. I cannot imagine No Peak running without Andon in it in some way. He just doesn't want to yield Jade, which is completely understandable. This is what I'm talking about. Hilo needs to stop thinking of things as old-timey as he is. Like, he really is about, like, the way things have always been. And if the way things have always been worked out, your brother wouldn't be dead and your no peak wouldn't be suffering right now. So maybe let's change things a bit. Maybe let's figure it out. Because no. Sorry. Just things. That's just thoughts and processes I've made. Um those that made no sense. Whatever. So I am very interested to see Andon's mark. I do think that Andon's going to have a great arc because there was this part at the end when he was graduating where he was like, honestly, I just wish that I just want Lon to be proud of me. And when Shay was like, no doubt about that, he has always been happy. He has always been proud of you. Every fiber of Lon, like everything Andon ever did, Lon was proud of because of Andon's character. And Andon, in his like ability to be sensitive to things and the way he reasons with things, I think he is going to be, I think honestly, out of all of the siblings, he would be the most fundamental in changing the way things are run because he is the only one that truly does think differently than the rest of them. I think Shay and Andon's perspectives combined can do a great deal in changing the way the clan views things and changing and creating that cultural shift that the clan needs to have for Shay to be successful. I think her and Andon together are essential for that because her ideas are solid. They're smart and they work. Like that, or they don't work. But they're like, Shay's ideas and her plans make sense. Women need more power within the clan. Women are already low-key running things within the clan. It makes sense. And I think that for things to progress, for them to be able to be a strong opponent to the Mountain Clan, they need to start thinking like women. Like, At is a woman leading that clan. They're doing great things over there. Dangerous and sometimes quite horrible things, but they're making strides, okay? Wayne and Shay combining had a great plan that was helping out the Nopi clan. Women, like the women, we think differently and it works, okay? It works for success and for the growth of the clan. However, the thing about Andon is, because Andon was raised by the Coles, he also has this part where he is thinking of No Peak as family in a sense, in a way. Like, he feels like his family is connected to No Peak because he does view the Coles as family. And so he has that respect for the clan in that way. And I feel like and he also knows and is kind of respected within the clan. Like, while he was in school, once he started getting those high marks and everything, like, there was a respect to be had. And he started to learn how to, how to talk to clan members that maybe had a problem with him. Like, he was learning how to be a member of the clan, right? And he was doing okay with it. I mean, he was young. He was doing as okay as somebody his age would do, I would assume. And so I feel like he's on a better ground than Shay is to have a cultural shift within the clan which would harbor success and growth within, like, for the clan. So I think it's really Shay and Andon that are going to be a great big deal when it comes to that. But I hope that it also works with, like, getting Hilo to understand and see their way in perspective. But that man is literally so stubborn. It is going to be his downfall. Oh my God, please, Fonda Lee, please, woman, I beg you, please don't kill Hilo, please. Oh my God, if I read this whole damn trilogy and go back on these logs, because this is going to be a series. I read this book for this video. The next video will be the next book. The next video in the series will be the next book. But, like, if I go through all this and then come back to this video and see me say, please don't kill Hilo, and I start crying because, oops, she killed Hilo, I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be angry. She killed Lon. in the first book. He didn't even make it halfway through the first book. Or barely. He barely made it halfway through the first book. And he was such a great character. Just for Barrow's dumbass to think he killed him. How dumb you gotta be. This man really thinks he's about to yield as much Jade as he has. You really think you're about to yield as much Jade as the past head of No Peak yielded? And do what with it? What you think you about to do, baby? Besides kill yourself and a bunch of other people in the process. You touched an earring and lost your goddamn mind. You really think you about to do something? Okay. He's not a star. He's like, he's just dangerous. He literally, there's no way to describe Barrow except for stupid and dangerous. His stupidity is dangerous. Like, literally so dumb. You know how people are like, ignorance is bliss? Ignorance is deadly. He's about to kill so many people on pure stupidity. Yielding way too much Jade right now. Holding way too much. You touched an earring. A little bit of stud. You touched a little stud of an earring and lost your ever-loving mind, sir. Now you got a freaking, I don't even know, a jewelry store worth of Jade on you. Because I'm sure that, like, Lon was packing when it came to Jade, okay? So you're holding all of that. Lon could barely yield all that Jade. Lon could barely do anything with that Jade. But you're dealing with that much Jade. You, sir, who couldn't deal with the tiny Jade, that tiny earring, you, sir, are going to now yield the jewelry store worth of Jade and do something with it. Kill yourself. That's what you're going to do. You're going to kill yourself and a lot of other people in the process. You are a danger. You are a nuisance. Oh my God. If you kill somebody I love, I'm coming for you. I already hate Barrow. Granted, he did not kill Lon, but if you would have left him alone, he wouldn't have been outside that damn car. And he wouldn't have been by the water. So for that Barrow, I hope your death is slow and painful. And I hope you don't take too many good people down with you. But you will. Like, I'm genuinely picturing, like, hundreds of people dead because of Barrow's stupidity. It's gonna happen. And I really don't want to read that. I really don't. Because he annoys me. He's just dumb and dangerous. There are so many people like that in the real world. I really don't want to read about another one. I don't. There's no saving him in my eyes, by the way. Like, I don't care if he has this great character growth in the next 2 books. There's no way he will, but if he did, it's not working. I want the worst for this character. I really do. Everybody else, I'm willing to let them grow and flourish and do what they gotta do to then become somebody I love. Barrow could kick rocks. Literally, please be 6 feet under by the end of Jade War. You probably won't be, but I hope you are. Oh my God, I forgot to mention one thing. And so I'm just going to mention it right now. Like I said, very book talky, this portion of the vlog. But that letter, Lon's letter, can we talk about it? Because I feel like Lon has a secret kid. Hear me out though. Okay, so Jade Legacy, you know, the name of the last book. I feel like, well, granted, his kid would be like 3 or something. Like, his child's a toddler. But I feel like somehow, some way, Lon has a kid. Like, I feel like his ex-wife was pregnant with his baby, which I don't know how that worked out, because, you know, she was cheating on him, but, like, oh, you see, this is what happened. So, she just fulfilled marital duties at some point. She was like, fine, I guess we can have sex. And so, and then she ran away with this white man, and was like, oh, I'm pregnant. And they were like, oh my God, we're pregnant. We're having a baby together. And then this just straight Asian baby, clear as day, this child is not mixed, came out. And she was like, oh, yeah, I slept with Lon one of these nights. And it turns out his specimen is far stronger than yours because that one got me pregnant. And so Lon has a baby out there, okay, that has been raised by his ex-wife and this white man. And something's gonna happen with that, but that's what the letter is. He has a child out there. I genuinely don't know the significance of why the child would be very important, again, because I'm pretty sure this would be a toddler. But he got a baby. That's what the letter says. I'm sure there is far more important things that could be happening. But I feel like he has a baby. I do. And those are my thoughts and theories. I feel like I had a few other theories scattered around there, but my biggest theory is that Lon has a baby. A little Lon Jr. Oh, or an Alana. Yes, please be a girl. Please be a girl. Jade legacy. Ooh. Have some type of epilogue. Time has passed and good sis is now in the throne. Okay, she the head. Do it. Do it, Fonda. Figure it out. I mean, you've already finished the series, so whatever you've done has been done. And I'm probably going to be sad. But I hope that Lon has a toddler female daughter out there who once Andin and Shay get the cultural shift going within the clan, will then rise up and be a head. Not the next head, because again, I'm pretty sure this would be a toddler aged child at the moment. But at some point, she will then be the head of the No Peak clan, because again, Shay and Andin and Hilo figured shit out, got the clan to have this cultural shift, got good things going, and now Lon's daughter can be the head of the No Peak and it run peacefully and well. Yep. Yeah. That's like, I'm sure not gonna happen. Like, I'm sure that's not the actual thing that's gonna happen in the book. But Fonda, if you want to have your own little multiverse, I got you a whole nother, what are those things called? A parallel universe right there. Lon has a baby girl. Write it, please. Or maybe just don't hurt me anymore. That's fine. I'm also fine with just whatever you actually did right for this series, shattering me in the ways that it will shatter me, and then that being it for this type of shattering. But yeah, I'm having a feeling that Fonda Lee will be a author, because if you can make me cry as hard as you did for a character, like, this man does not exist, and I bawled my eyes out and have had a very hard time coming to this part of the vlog, because I would have to talk about the fact that Lon is gone. And there are 2 other books I'm supposed to be reading. Ooh. Okay. But with no further ado, that's my last thoughts on that. If you are in this video and you are curious to start Jade City and the Greenbone Saga, I can't tell you about the rest of the saga clearly, but if you're curious to read Jade City, I would recommend it if you like character-driven stories. I love character-driven stories. I feel like you can fool me to think there is a plot by having great characters, and that's what this book did. Like, they didn't do all too much, frankly, because it's honestly the beginning of a war brewing. If anything, like, Jade War is when the war is going to happen, but Jade City was like the before, basically. Just getting you that prequel of what's going to, like, why, like, the politics and the world we're in. It's really setting you up with the world. And it sets you up with the world by having these very strong characters that you care very deeply with. When you're reading about these siblings, you're going to find a favorite sibling and you're going to root for them very hard. It's very hard not to root for a sibling. It's very hard not to choose sides and not to feel very impacted by these characters' stories. And the way the character development progresses is so strong that they feel real. They are multidimensional characters that have so many different factors impacting the way they navigate the world and the way they interact with the relationships just between the way the two brothers the way Lon and Hilo interacted with each other was not the same way Lon interacted with Shay, his youngest sister. The way Shay interacted between her two brothers was not the same. And how each character viewed themselves also was so impactful to the politics of the clan. It's truly a story of family and a family organization that also has its dimensions and its familial impacts on each character, and the way the characters drove the plot, drove the world building, drove the politics, drove everything. The characters led the story so beautifully. You really just love them. And even when you don't love them, that also is a great thing, because you're just like, I feel very passionately about how I hate this character. Love it. I love it so much. So if you don't like character driven stories, this will probably seem quite boring to you. I also will say I loved the whole mafia theme. To me, it just this book immediately captured me because of the characters, because it felt like this atmosphere of us being in a mafia. I definitely recommend, if you care about character driven stories, if you care about stories that delve deep in familial relationships and other relationships as well. I think, again, the relationships within this story greatly drove it, from romantic relationships to, again, the family dynamic, to how a clan can then start to feel like family because you are risking your life for one another, how that then becomes your family and what that relationship looks like. It's a story about relationships, and then enters in all these different enemies and people within different classes. How do those relationships interact, and how do they then move the story further? It is a story about deeply flawed people in a family with a lot of power and a lot of really great Jade. I don't know about the great Jade. I meant to say the story itself is great, and there's a lot of great power. And the magic system within this book is so greatly explained and detailed that something as complicated as it is actually seems manageable. And it's a complicated magic system, and yet the way Fonda Lee tells the story makes it seem so manageable and very easy to pick up on. So that was great. That was a great addition to the story as well, to feel like I understood what was going on and know that I was. This book did really intimidate me because it was described as having this really great far out magic system that hasn't really been done before. And so that it really intimidated me, and then I read it and I was like, oh, but I completely understand how this magic system runs. I loved that part of this book. With that being said, I rated Jade City a 4.5, and I cannot wait to get into Jade War. Oh my god, is that everything? I am 100% positive that I'm going to look back on this vlog and be like, I forgot to talk about X, Y, and Z, but I'm gonna say that's it. I definitely recommend this book if you like character-driven stories. I don't know what Jade War has in store for me. I have not read it yet, but Jade City definitely is character-driven, and man, were those characters great. So, with no further ado, I believe that is everything. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed my face, my voice, my extraness, go ahead and press that like button down below, and press the subscribe button and bell notification if you would like to be notified when I upload. if you like to stay connected with me as I would like to stay connected with you, I of course will have my social medias linked down below as always. And if you'd like to support this channel further, I will have my Amazon wishlist and Ko-fi linked down below as well. If you have read Jade City, please let me know your thoughts. Spoiler free, please. We do not want any spoilers in the comment section because I would hate for somebody to read the comments and be like, I was just spoiled for this great book. Please don't do that. If you would like to leave your non-spoilery thoughts down below, I would love to hear them because I really love this book. And if you haven't read the book yet and you would like to comment still, you can leave a green heart because that makes the most sense. So yeah, leave me a green heart in the comment section down below and I will see you all in the next video. I believe that is everything, although I am probably forgetting something because I always forget something. But bye guys!